Hello, everybody. It is Friday, and that means it's time for me, Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and one of our best-selling authors, Joanie Lindenmeyer, to go live to teach you how we are collaborating to write two amazing books. This comes on the heels of Joanie's very first book, which I coached her to write. It's called Nun Better, an Amazing Love Story. And it's her LGBTQ love story that is so full of joy and adventure. And of course, the lawn crew is going by right now. I hope you can't hear it, but if you do, I'm sorry. This book is so amazing, as the title suggests. It's a bestseller right now. It's still on the 100 best bestsellers on Amazon in the LGBTQ family category. So it's ranked way higher, but people are spreading the word and it's still a bestseller. Joanie has had book signings up and down the Oregon and California coasts, and she's just influencing people in powerful ways to affirm their lifestyle and choices and innate truths. And so that's what we're helping to do. So welcome, Joanie.
Hi there, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me. And you're always so kind with your introductions. I feel like my head just sort of swells up with all those compliments. Thank you.
Oh, thank
So
you, Joanie.
sincere.
Thank you. It's such a delight to be with you and work with you. And now we're embarking on this whole new multimedia extravaganza of our YouTube weekly Friday collaboration broadcasts where we're teaching you, anybody watching, how to write a book. So we're tackling all the important topics that we explore in my book coaching program. Go to twosisterswriting.com to learn more about my 6 months to book success program, 6 months to best-selling book success, like Joanie
yes,
achieved.
Add that in there for sure.
So Joanie,
you're just not any coach, you're the coach.
Oh, thank you, Joanie. You're the best. Thank you. We'll have to talk about that on another show, another broadcast, because it's key. You don't win a championship in sports, and Joanie, you're a sports person, without having an excellent coach, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So one thing that I coached Joanie on while she was writing is know your audience. And that's what we're going to talk with you, all you viewers, today about. You write a book knowing who you're talking to. So Joanie, can you talk about how in your head, as you were writing, you understood who you were addressing? How did you finesse and master that? Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. So you can probably see my hat here, my whirlybird hat with the spinner that goes around. And yes, that has to do with your question, and I have to tell you, Coach Elizabeth, this was the hardest thing for me to master.
Really?
In writing a book was figuring out, well, who was my target audience? And I just kept coming back to my teaching days when I taught elementary school and PE, and it was like, who was I teaching? Who was I talking to? And some kids, I taught PE and health. Some kids could not do a sit-up. Some kids could not do a push-up. Some kids they had like zero flexibility and couldn't bend over and touch their toes. And I kept thinking, man, there's so many different kinds of people. And so I sort of rearranged that word target audience to figure out, to say, well, who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to help? Who do I want to teach? And then, me in my spiritual realm is like, I'd say, Jesus, who do you want me to talk to? Who do you want me to help? Who do you want me to tell something to that might inspire or encourage or challenge or whatever? And so I just had to rephrase that target audience word. And that took me a while to figure out, because you used it many times with me, Elizabeth, many times. Who are you writing to? Who are you talking to, Joanie? And so for those of you out there, if you're starting to write, it's really important to take the time to figure that out, who you're writing to.
So, Joanie, that was one of the most brilliant things you've said, because you had to figure it out on your own, in your own words. So everybody watching, when I say your target audience, it means who you're writing for, who is going to buy the book and who is it going to help, entertain, inspire, etc. But Joanie had to put it in her own mindset through
Yeah.
her own
Yeah.
lens that she views the world as a teacher, as a spiritual person. So don't be afraid, everybody, to take those words, target audience, and reframe it for the way you think. That's what Joanie just said. She said, who am
That's
I
what I just said.
talking to?
Yes.
Put it,
Yes.
reframe it into your own words. I love that, Joanie. So
Well,
you had a
thank you,
couple,
Elizabeth.
you're welcome. So
So,
you had a few things. You had to reframe it in your own words and ask, who am I talking to? This target
mhm.
audience didn't resonate with you as a writer. And this was your first book, by the way, which is a blockbuster.
Right, right, right.
Secondly,
So what I did, can I jump in there? So what
absolutely.
I did was, and thanks to you again, coach, you were like right on it. It's like friend, grief counselor, coach, all in one as I'm dealing with the Nun Better stuff back then. And that's only been a year ago. I mean, can you believe that? It was a year
Yeah.
ago right now that I think I was starting writing my second or third document, or my docs. What do you
Wow.
call them? Google Docs. So it's only
Uh-huh.
been a year. So anyhow, you said to me, Joanie, pull out some pictures. I don't even know if you remember saying that to me.
I don't.
Pull out some pictures of what you want to write about. Well, in pulling out those pictures, that triggered me to think of so and so and so and so and so and so, because they were involved in the stories in those pictures. Then it came clear to me, I could finally see who I was writing to, but I had to have the pictures. So when I think about it, I think of the people, I think of their faces, I
Oh,
visualize their
wow.
faces. So I'm thinking,
Wow.
and I don't want to go through a whole bunch of names here, because people might say, well, you didn't mention me, Joanie, you didn't mention me. But anyhow, these faces of my family, my friends, my students, and not just our, because it was Carol and I, but to see those faces so clearly, that helped me continue to write and write and write and write, because I could see them turning the pages. I could hear their laughter. I could know that they were going to cry along with us, and I could just
Wow.
feel them there as I did that. And
Wow,
that was
Joanie.
that was the coolest thing, Elizabeth.
Oh my gosh. Everybody, are you hearing this? This is amazing. You looked at pictures, you imagined them. Oh my gosh, Joanie, that is so powerful.
Yep. Yep. It
And
was it
so,
was really cool.
so as you did it, the words just flowed out, right?
Right, right, right. Because I knew I was writing to, it's like you and I having a conversation right now. I just thought,
Mhm.
well, I'm going to tell them a story just like I would tell somebody sitting having a cup of coffee, or, sitting out in the yard or whatever we are, and just shooting the breeze,
Wow,
but I
that is
had to make
amazing.
it personal, Elizabeth. I had to make it personal. I couldn't just say it's for everybody. I had
Mm-hmm.
to personalize it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Joni, so how did you feel in that moment? Like, did you feel, you said personal, but then as you've never written a book before, so like,
Right.
did you just sit down and like let it flow, or what did you do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the writing part of it, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that just bursted out. Again, back to the pictures, back to my outline, back to following my top stories that I wanted to have in there, and you mentioned your lawn crew outside working right now today, and
Yeah.
I know one of the stories in the book
Uh-huh.
was the hilarious story when I'm out weed eating and Carol's in the kitchen looking out the kitchen window, and all of a sudden I'm yelling, Carol, help, help, help. I've got the string of my shorts where, when you wear shorts, you have a string that you can tighten them up. Well, they got
Yeah.
caught in the darn weed eater, right? And so
No.
the weed eater stopped. And so
Oh.
it's like, oh my gosh. So when you mentioned the lawn crew out there today, and I just mowed the lawn yesterday, there's
Oh.
another story in the book of us buying our first riding lawnmower, and how
Uh-huh.
that led, what that led to? That led to the LGBTQ Easter gathering,
Yeah.
first ever in Brookings. And
Yeah.
it's like, so when you say lawn, people are out lawn and blow. oh, I get all these flood of memories. And that's what happened when I wrote. It just,
Oh,
it just bursted. It just bursted.
oh, that's beautiful. So Joanie lives in Brookings, Oregon,
Yes,
and she and Carol, her partner who's now in heaven,
right. And our
started.
wedding anniversary would be tomorrow, but she's going to celebrate it in heaven.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So
beautiful. I
anyhow,
love it.
so August
That's
5th is always a really cool day for me.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
Yep.
That's
I
beautiful.
interrupted. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Time is important to everybody out there writing. Time is just going to keep ticking, and you need to write your book. So
Yes.
Joni is here as an inspiration to you that she met me in July of last summer over
Yes.
Zoom because I'm in Michigan. She's in Oregon. She met me. She started my 6 months to book success program in July. She finished her book in 5 months, and then we had one more month of like tweaking it. And then within 8 months of us starting, her book was published to much fanfare in Oregon at all these beautiful events, including the main party at a gorgeous Pascal winery, which was so beautiful in Talent, Oregon. And it was just spectacular. So you can do it. And it doesn't take time because next year is going to come anyway. And you can be sitting
Yes, it
there with
will.
your book.
Yes,
Yes.
it
See?
will. And
And
that's why we're writing the next two books.
yes, yes. So Joni and I are collaborating to write two books. One is about living your truth as an LGBTQ person, as well as how to help parents of LGBTQ plus people, as well as allies of. And so we're
Yes.
working together to write that because this book tells the story, but the next book is the guide, sort of, not preachy, just a guide of how to and why and understanding. But we have a very specific audience that we're targeting.
Yes. Yes.
Joni, you want to
Yes.
talk about that?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-oh, here we go. Another
Oh, here
prop.
we go. You know I love props, and it
Yes.
just made so who are we going to write about? You know, who are we going to write to or for or with? And those all are words that go together with me. You know, it's not like I'm anyway. It's just to, for, and with. And so
Mhm.
these are, of course, the colors of the rainbow, right? And the rainbow represents LGBTQ. And so when I look at this, I'm going, okay, here we have the lesbians, the L for LGBTQ. So I'm thinking of the different people that I know that are lesbians, including myself. And I'm thinking about them as I'm starting to formulate in my brain and my mind and my heart what I will be writing. So I have my lesbian friends, and they range from, oh my gollies, from Washington, D.C. to Arizona to Washington to, or they're all over. They're all over. And there are many I've met at Pride. And I'm so looking forward to meeting you again and having you read the book. And you've given me such insights to put into the book. So then we go to the next color, which would be my beautiful, what I call my gay men. You know, and I think of the young and the old, and again, I could go through names and names and names and names. Well, I'm going to name them. We have Tom, and we have Richard, and we have Dalton, and we have um Keith, and oh boy, okay, Dan and Andrew. Okay. Then we go to the next one, and we have the bi, and I have my beautiful bi friends. Some that are out, some that are not out. And that goes for the gay, and that goes for the lesbian too. Some are out and some are not out. Some are dealing with family situations. Some are dealing with love relationships, and some are widows like myself. And then we go on, you know, and we have the trans. Oh, my beautiful trans friends. Oh, I love my beautiful trans friends. And so that's another one. LGBT, T is for trans. Q, queer or questioning is what I always say, you know. And so I have so many friends that are questioning who they are, who they want to be, who they really can be within the community that they live, within their family. They have so many questions. And I'm hoping that this book that we're doing, Elizabeth, not hoping, I know
Yes.
it will. I know it's going
Yes.
to touch all of those people to help
Mm-hmm.
them to be their true self. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have the LGBTQ plus, and there's so many people that put themselves in a category, and I hate to say category or label, but a plus, because maybe they just don't fit into the heterosexual world that we've sort of all grown to know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so all of that. So those are the people I am thinking about right now as my target audience, the people I want to write to, with, and for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we
Mm-hmm.
switch to the other part, allies. Yes, our next
Yes.
book is going to be about allies. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh. I don't know if you've ever have you had an ally anywhere in your life before? Someone that supported,
Absolutely.
encouraged, and loved you. Can you tell me a little bit about that person, Elizabeth? Or,
They see something in you that you might not see fully for yourself, and they want to help you bring it out. And
yes,
they're just go above and beyond in inviting you places, offering guidance and wisdom, supporting you, helping you work through difficulties, challenges, blocks. They just pour love into you and they watch you bloom. That's what they just innately in their heart want to do that for you.
yes. Oh, well said. Well said.
Thanks.
Which leads me to that's perfect. My garlic flower.
Oh, I
Has
love
anybody ever
it.
seen a garlic flower?
It's
Oh my
huge.
gosh, it's huge. It's almost the size of a cantaloupe, you know? But anyways,
Yes.
what you just described is they
Mm-hmm.
are all encompassing. They just
Mm-hmm.
and to me that's all their worldly and their wisdom and their nurturing can totally be there for you to say,
Uh-huh.
you got this. You totally
Yes.
got this. You know,
Yes.
and so in
Uh-huh.
the book that we're going to be doing, oh, I am so excited about the ally part because
Yes.
I have had allies in my professional part. I've had allies as neighbors, and I've had allies during my grief period. You know, with Carol up in heaven. Oh my gosh, my allies have been fantastic. And then I have allies with the LGBTQ, with my status as a lesbian woman, and so
Uh-huh.
those people have been just oh, including you, just phenomenal. You don't even realize sometimes that an ally's smile or one or two words that they tell you just sort of gives you that spark in your life to say, you know what? You're a great person. Keep
Mm-hmm.
on going. Spread your joy, spread your
Mm-hmm.
love.
Mm-hmm.
And so my allies come in so many different ways. And I know that you just said the same thing. And I'm
Yeah.
repeating because I just get darn excited about my
Oh,
allies,
I love it,
advocates.
Joanie. Oh, that advocates, that's your word you like better.
I
Yeah.
like that word.
That is so powerful. So we also have to know, what is the ally thinking? What do we have to say to the ally? What do we
Yeah,
have to say to the parent of the LGBTQ plus child, teen, young adult, or someone who's 50 and comes out to their parents,
right,
or 70?
right.
So if
Or
their
their
parents just,
siblings. Their
uh-huh.
siblings make a big difference. Their cousins, their family, their close friends, all of those
Mhm.
people, not just the
Yeah.
parents, but everybody. And yes, we got to write to all of those, right toward
Yeah.
them and with them.
Right. So we have to ask as we're writing, what do we want to say to them?
Yeah,
Using your method, what do we want to say to them? Why, understanding why this message is so important? What do they need to hear to learn? And
yeah,
here, listen, for your target audience, everybody, you can know what you need to say to them, especially if you're using a personal development or a self-help book, based on questions that people have asked you.
oh yeah,
So Joanie has been out
oh,
at all these spectacular book signings at pride events in different cities, like I said, up and down the coast, the West Coast, and people ask her lots of questions. So
oh, do they
when
ever?
we're writing, Joanie can refer back, and she's kept post note cards of all the questions, refer back to all these questions that people are asking, and that's what they need to know. So if you truly want to keep your finger on the pulse as a writer, as an
Mm,
author,
mm,
as an
mm.
authority, the word author is in authority, you
Oh,
need to
well,
know
that's
what,
cool. I never
isn't
thought
that,
about that. Oh,
yes,
that's
isn't
really
that
cool.
awesome?
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
sure. Yeah. So you need to literally have your finger on the pulse, and you do that by remembering what people have asked you about the topic. Okay. So really important so you can stay current. It's the equivalent of keywords when you do SEO on a website or, a blog post. The keywords are what are hot and trending right now that are going to draw people to read your blog post or read your website. And
Mhm,
so you're
mhm,
getting
mhm,
keywords in your ear every day from
mhm.
people who ask you questions or make comments on your topic. And
Right.
chances are, this is Joni's life topic. Chances are, whatever your life topic is that you're writing about, you're going to be in contact with people who are constantly bringing it up and referencing it for you. So
Yes.
Isn't that
Yes.
cool, Joanie?
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't look at it that way, but yes. And I think I'm up to 3 or 4 pages of typed written questions now. It's
Wow.
phenomenal what people are saying. And I guess, part of it is, Elizabeth, is this happened up in Coos Bay at Pride, is that somebody said to me, I said something like, yeah, a lot of people just love talking to me. And they said, of course, you were a nun. They trust you. You would never lie. And I'm going, I guess so. I guess I'm like a Pinocchio. My nose does not grow.
Oh
you
my gosh,
know?
that's a
And
good
so, but I
one.
thought, what a comment. They knew from the title, they knew from the banner of seeing two nuns that hopefully we have this reputation of not lying, telling the truth, and knowing that something in a conversation is sacred and precious and personal.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful. But then you can turn it around because you can deliver messaging in the book from that perspective.
Such
Like,
as, tell me what you're thinking.
say, this is sacred knowledge that I'm sharing with you. I lived it and I'm sharing it with you to help you live either
Oh,
your truth
oh,
as an LGBTQ person or with love and compassion as a parent of, or with love, compassion, and like sort of guidance as an ally.
right, right,
Mhm.
right.
So it's authentic, it's truthful, it's going to resonate with them because you're
Yes.
speaking based on these interactions you've had with people. So you can think of, oh, I met Shirley at the Pride event and she was telling me her daughter is coming out as bi or gay. And what did I tell Shirley? You
Yeah.
can reference
Yeah.
that back. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Good. Thank you for
Mhm.
giving me an example there. Now I
You're
understood.
welcome. Mhm.
Understand what you're saying.
So the next phase of knowing your target audience is marketing. When you have a book, you must market it to the world, period. Not all authors love that because many authors are introverts and they don't want to have to be, or they're like very humble and don't want to be out there, blah, blah, me, my book, my book, my book. But the reality is you must broadcast. So Joanie, she's not shy. She got these postcards that said, I wrote a book. She gave them out to people. She emailed everybody she knows all over the country. And so she rallied the troops, so to speak, to buy the book when it was coming out. And that's how it became a bestseller, plus word of mouth.
Oh, oh,
A great book is going to generate word of mouth attention, and that will boost sales. So you wrote the book, you need to sell the book, and you need to let people know about it. So first you
right.
activate your personal network, but target audience. Not everybody in our networks wants to hear about our certain topics that we write. I write everything from spirituality in my memoir, God's Answer is No, Lessons from a Spiritual Life. I talk about God, Jesus, angels, spirituality. Not
I
everybody
love
wants,
your book. I love your book. It is so cool. It is, and
thank
your
you.
stories and your experiences. Oh, they just always touch me.
Thank you, Joanie. You're the best. You are
Oh,
so awesome. And I also write erotica. Not everybody wants to read my erotica. It's just not for them. So
uh-huh.
I have to know who I'm marketing what books to because they're very different audiences. My Goddess Power book, The BIS Tribe, Activating Your Goddess Power, which is coming out in this fall. This is for women and it's about activating your goddess power. It's not for everybody. It's not for men. It's for women, and not all women want to hear about goddesses. So it's not really about
Well,
goddesses. It's
what do
about,
you mean by goddess power?
it's the female version of God.
I
So it's,
love it. I love
yeah,
it.
it's the God power in us that came to me during a very difficult, horrible moment of my life many years ago. And it activated something inside me to be who I am today, which is strong and
Woohoo!
resilient. Thanks. And really loving my life, sorry, living it to the fullest. And so
Yes.
I'm a messenger to share that with other people, women especially, who are going through stuff or need to heal, because I went through a horrible divorce and challenges with weight and food and mindset, depression. I went through a lot of stuff, and my spirit power, non-denominational spirit power, spiritual, not religious for me, helped me get through it all. So I have to know
That's
who I'm talking.
amazing. That is so amazing. I didn't know you in that life, and I cannot even imagine you in that life because I see you who you are today. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, holy moly's.
Oh, thanks, Joanie. Thank you. So, yeah, and that's why I'm teaching everything I do in a day in this book to help women get through it and be strong. And
And
we're
thank
all we're
goodness for the book that you're writing.
thank you, Joanie.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you
you will
so
help
much.
you will help so many people, and that's the cool part.
Yeah,
It's not
thank
just
you.
you and your story, but you're sharing it and to help
Uh-huh.
other people. And I think that's what connected you and I in this whole thing anyway. But so
Definitely,
that's going to come
definitely.
out in the fall. Oh boy!
Yeah.
So you're going to market it in Oregon? Hint, 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 hint.
Yeah, I'm coming out to Ashland for Pride in October.
Ooh,
So that's going to be awesome. And we're
yeah,
going to be promoting our new book together there, me and Joanie. And obviously, since it's an LGBTQ plus book, marketing at a Pride event is our target audience. No
yes,
brainer. So we're going
yes,
to have postcards that have a QR code to pre-order the book. And that's going to be really powerful. And it's just in line with everything we're saying today.
yes. And
So
None Better in the pink booth will be there.
yes, 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 yes. So, for all of you out there writing your book, the message is know your audience. Where are they? Are they at your faith community? Are they in your neighborhood? Are they at your gym? Are they at your kids' school? It depends what the topic of your book is. If it's a health topic for your book, there's Facebook groups that are support groups for breast cancer awareness, for example, or, you know where your people are and
Yeah,
then market
yeah,
to them there. If they're on TikTok, if they're on Instagram, there's demographics like older people are on Facebook, younger people are on Snapchat and TikTok. Just you have to do a little studying of the demographics of who your audience is. And that's really, really important. Are you targeting NPR listeners who are sort of the intelligentsia who want that stimulation? Or are you targeting people who have a third grade reading level but really need some inspiration to rise up from where they are? You need to know this. So, like Joanie did, take some time, sit with it, and think, who am I talking to? That is brilliant, Joanie. You just broke it down real simple, but it got the job done.
Good,
Yeah.
good, good,
So,
good. And I guess my marketing strategy is I'm just so pumped and excited to share our story that it's happening wherever I go. So whether I'm at the bank or at the auto shop or even in the hot tub when I was on vacation, it was like people were saying, well, what do you do? It's like, well, I'm a best-selling author. And so
uh-huh.
really, what's your books? And the next thing I know, we're out of the hot tub in our bathing suits. I'm going to the back of my car, pulling out a couple of books and signing them for them. And it's like, I just can't believe this. It just blows me away. If
Wow.
if people are open-minded to your topic, they're going to want it. That's what
Mhm.
I'm finding. That's what
Mhm.
I'm finding. And
I
and
love
it's
it.
okay to tell people about it. And at first I thought, well, maybe I'm bursting my bubble or I'm being too ego or whatever. I go, no, it's a story that will help people. And
Mhm.
that's what it's
Mhm.
all about.
Mhm. I love that, Joanie. That's so powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
I learned from the
Um,
best, you and your sister. Holy moly. Oh my gosh.
wow.
You've
Thank
been
you,
doing this for
Joanie.
years and years and years, and I'm
Yeah.
just a newbie. I'm a rookie still.
Well, you're amazing. You did it all in 8 months, which is wild. But I always say teamwork makes the dream work. So you,
Yeah.
me, my sister Catherine, we all collaborate. You had your team of people who helped you with editing
Oh,
and other
oh,
things and
totally.
graphics and illumination graphics of in Merlin, Oregon. Deborah, she rocked it too. And your sister
Yep.
Gail did the initial sketch. So
Yep.
there's all kinds of teamwork that goes into a book. It's like birthing a creation. It's amazing.
Yeah. Since I've
So
never been pregnant, I guess I could say that I did it in 8 months, not 9 months.
I know, right?
That's
So I
okay.
was
No problem on that one.
yeah, yeah. So I actually did that 8-month calculation because I posted on our website, twosisterswriting.com, about my new book coaching program that starts September 14th. So any of you out there who need help, please go to twosisterswriting.com and learn how you can sign up for this 6-month program that teaches you everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote your best-selling book, just like Joanie. She's here to tell you, testify that she did it and it worked.
Yep.
So
have a team, have a coach.
Yes. And I'm here for you. I love this so much. And Joanie is a star student exemplifying the mission and the mastery of the whole thing. So, we want to hear your comments. What are your questions? Leave us some comments. We'd love to respond.
Yes.
And you can visit Joanie on her Facebook page, which is Joanie Lindenmeyer on Facebook. I'll leave a link down here in the description box so you can click. I'm also going to leave a link where you can buy Nun Better, and you can also buy my memoir, God's Answer is No, Lessons from a Spiritual Life. So you can read our books and see how we put into practice what we are sharing with you today. So Joanie, do you have any final words about finding your target audience and writing to them?
Do I have any final words? You always end with that beautiful question, and I'm never prepared for it. Do I have any final comments? Trust your gut and just think about people laughing or crying or reading your book, and I think their faces and their who they are will come to you, which will help you to write a better book.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Yes, that's beautiful, Joanie. Thank you so much for another awesome conversation here about how to write a book and knowing your target audience or who you're writing for. So everybody stay tuned, because next Friday we will be back with another live interview here on YouTube on the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing channel to share tips on how to write a book so you can succeed. And again, please visit twosisterswriting.com, order our books, and we wish you happy writing. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins of Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, and I wish you the best day. Don't procrastinate on that book. Write it now. The world is waiting.
Do it now.
Yes. Thanks, Joanie.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. You're the best.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, everybody. Happy joy. Hugs.
Yay. Big hugs.
Yep. Big hugs.